Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Amy and this is Kitchen Sensibility. This afternoon we're going to be making an Asian marinated flank steak. We're going to serve that with a stir fry of green peppers and onions, and we're going to serve that with a fluffy white rice, and this is really easy and really delicious. So the first thing we're going to do is get started on the marinade. This is a really simple marinade. It just takes a little bit of time. You don't need to worry about marinating the meat all day long. You know, if you give it a half an hour or an hour before you're ready to get started cooking, that should be plenty of time. So right here on my cutting board, I've already minced up 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and get them in. Some soy sauce. We'll use what's left of the bottle. Some rice wine vinegar. One of the important things about Kitchen Sensibility and our philosophy is that we don't use a recipe necessarily. We think about what it is that we're interested in fixing. Tonight is sort of a theme on Asian flavors. So you sort of look and see what you have in your kitchen already. And most of the time people do have soy sauce. Rice wine vinegar might be a little bit of a specialty item, but if you do eat Asian flavors, it's a good thing to have around. It's great for use in salad dressings as well as stir fries and lots of other things. So I have that around. And I'm going to add some Asian hot sauce. This is very hot but very delicious, and I like things spicy. We're going to use just a touch of sesame seed oil because that is very potent, and the flavors will take over the whole marinade, so you just need a little bit of that. And then I have ginger in a tube, and we'll get that mixed up. Let me run over to the refrigerator and grab some orange juice, and we'll add that as well. We've got our orange juice, and I think we'll add a little bit of that. Okay. Smells delicious. Okay, what I'm going to do is save half of this marinade to use with the stir fry that I'm going to be doing. Okay, flank steak. Spent $7.19. It's about a pound and a half. And what I'm going to do, because I am only cooking for one person, is cut the flank steak in half. I'm going to use half of it tonight, and then I'm going to freeze the other half, and I'm going to use it later on in the week with fajitas. So, okay. Here's tonight's portion. We'll put that in the Ziploc bag. Fill that with the marinade that we just made. I'll get that zipped up. And we'll let that marinate in the refrigerator for about an hour or so. Stay tuned. Okay, the next part of our meal is cooking the rice. So, I said before, the cooking rice is really very easy, and I promise you it is. You definitely don't need to have a special machine that cooks rice. I've never used one, honestly. I'm sure they do a great job, but why spend the extra money on another gadget when you can just do it with a nice heavy bottom saucepan, which is what I use all the time. This actually is my pan that I use only for making rice because it works really well. So what I'm going to do is measure out. I'm going to make 1 cup of rice. So we'll just measure that into the saucepan. And what you want to remember is that for however much rice you put in there, you want to put twice as much liquid. In this case, I'm using water. So we're going to come over here to the sink, and I put in 1 cup of rice. So I'm using a half cup measure. So we're going to put in 2 cups of liquid. And then I always add just like another tablespoon more, just to be sure.
Your credit card ready and call 1-800-905
that on the burner, and then we're going to turn that on high to bring it up to temperature as quickly as possible. This is the time when you want to add salt to season the rice, because it's the only time that you really be able to do so and actually get the salt into the rice to make it taste good.
There's an hour of my life.
And when his letters are discovered by a stranger,
I think we should trace these.
This is also the time that I add about a tablespoon of butter.
he learns to love again. Paul Newman, Robin Wright Penn, and Kevin Costner.
I don't want to lose.
Now, it doesn't get any easier than that. You let that come up to a boil, turn it all the way down to low, put the lid on it, and let it cook for about 18 minutes. Fluff it up with a fork, put the lid back on, and just let it sit until you're ready to eat, and I promise you, it will be the fluffiest, most delicious rice you've ever tasted. Hi, welcome back. We have our flank steak cooking that we previously marinated in that delicious Asian marinade. I have it cooking, I took it out of the marinade and I dried it off really good, so we got that nice caramelized outside of the meat. So I just put it on to cook. We're going to cook it for 4 minutes on each side, and that should get us to a great medium rare. Once it's finished cooking 4 minutes on each side, I'm going to put it aside to rest for about 10 minutes, and I'll meet you back here with the next step and see how we're progressing. Stand by. Okay, welcome back. We have our green pepper and onions sauteing or stir-frying in our cast iron skillet. You certainly can use a wok if you happen to have one. This would be a great time to use it. But I really like cast iron. I think it does a really good job, so that's what I'm using. So we've got that almost finished in the pan. We have our flank steak that just came out. It's sitting there resting. Remember, we marinated that in the soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, garlic, hot sauce, and ginger marinade with a little bit of orange juice. And now what we're going to do is take that reserved marinade that we made earlier, that we set aside. I added about a tablespoon of cornstarch to that. I'm going to add that to the pan with the onions and peppers, and that's going to make that delicious sauce, that thick sauce that comes with Chinese food. And I'm going to slice up the meat, get it all on a plate, and I'll show you the finished dish in just a couple minutes. Be back soon. Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm all finished with our Asian marinated flank steak and our stir-fry green peppers and onions with our fluffy white rice. As you can see, the meat is cooked to a perfect medium rare. I let it rest for about 10 minutes after it was finished. I sliced it up. Our rice came out fluffy and delicious, and we have that delicious, spicy, dark gravy with our green peppers and onions. So, I'm all done. Time for me to go eat dinner. I hope to see you back soon. And remember, once again, if you're in the Mishawaka, Indiana area, please feel free to contact me, and I'll be happy to come over and make sense of your kitchen. If you have questions or comments, please email me. Also visit my blog, kitchensensibility.blogspot.com, and I'd love to talk to you then. See you soon. Bye.